Hello and welcome to another episode of Oh my god, I clicked on the wrong video again. My name is Max and I will be your host in the Not Your Professional walkthroughs. Today we're gonna go through another episode of The Graveyard Keeper, a fun little game where you turn the local residents into hamburgers, cause why not? We will start this episode by doing the following things outside. We're gonna play with some morning wood. This is a special occasion, as you can see. There's a lot of it to get through. So while I play with the wood, blocked in all this thick bush, I will try to go walk around with it and put it away. The worst part of the day is if you find a mushroom growing in your bush when you're trying to get to your wood, but luckily we picked it up. Anyhow, what do I have planned for today's episode is going to wrong places all the time and confusing the hell out of me, so I hope you have a lot of time to kill. Here once again we speak with our best friend, the Talking Skull. This is actually one of the occasions when Gary will become handy, as he warns us not to keep telling everyone we are not from around here, which any normal person would usually do when they try to get back home. Anyhow, once he tells us what to do, which I will of course let you read through, then we're gonna head out and try to talk to the astronomer, who is a major part of getting our ass back home. Because who in the hell wants to do this job permanently, right? What's the difference between a cemetery and a golf course? There's only 18 holes in a golf course. Right. We spoke with the skull, and once again, I am playing with some wood. Now, the important thing to know is that if you chop down a tree and leave the stump in the ground, the tree will never grow back. It will remain as the stump. And as wood is a really important resource for lots of crafting, even in the later game, we need to make sure that the trees regrow. As unfortunately this takes a couple of days, so having a few days without access to resources will greatly prolong our overall experience, and I'm pretty damn sure you don't want to spend watching me for 40 episodes play with wood. Wow, that's a lot of jokes about playing with wood just from the start of the episode. Anyhow, here you can see I've started to finally lay down some blueprints, and I'm gonna be able to process the logs into further material. The important thing to know that some of these crafting tables do not use the endurance of your tools which you have access to. Since we have a limited access to the grindstone, I do not want to use it to sharpen and maintain the rusty tools. Here I'm gonna craft the first batch of firewood, which most likely will serve as fuel for cooking. The reason for cooking is important. As you can see, we are really low on our energy, and this will greatly affect our overall gameplay. As you can see, the endurance is going down, and I have decided to go for the iron tools as they have much higher endurance and will last longer, and you can actually use the whetstone to grind them up and improve their overall endurance and quality. The stone is being collected, of course, for furnace, which we require to start crafting some iron ingots. And here we hear Donkey, the Bolshevik Party representative in the game. Who does not want to talk with this bastard? Oh, look, he left us another ingredients for the local McDonald's. Yay! Now what I did here was put the body away because I have really low energy left. This is a pro tip right from the start of the game. If you put the body from the outside into the morgue on one of the storing tables, you will greatly decrease the decomposition of said body. Therefore, you can do a few more things before the body will be greatly affected, which is what I did over here since I also am low on energy. While I have been giving you the pro tip, I decided to run up to the swamp where the local resources are located. Unfortunately, we have been interrupted by the multiverse of I'm Batman. Therefore, even gathering some basic ore is a nightmare. Find another mushroom growing where it should not be. And go decide to build our first furnace. Furnace is a really important part of your blueprints, as lots of smithing and crafting will require the resources such as iron ingots to be crafted from here. We load it up with the firewood and as much iron as we can, as the benefit is that the smelting will continue while we sleep. Same goes for cooking. Once we get our fat ass finally out of the bed and save our progress, we grab the bread which we cooked, we run outside, and once again we craft some more billets. As you can see, the stats for the axe will not change after we chop more wood, as I said earlier. Therefore, even with the rusty axe, you should be fine. However, the crafting process will take much longer rather than with better tools which will be available to us later on. Here Gary warns us about another important NPC, the Inquisitor. Another fun branch of your local clergy. Here we see that I have decided to unlock more technology on extracting some body parts and more graveyard decorations, which will increase the overall quality of it. We built our first anvil, and here you can see the resources required to craft the tools. Unfortunately, we do not have them yet, so we will need to craft them and also run to see our favorite Inquisitor. For some dumbest reason, I decide to go through a place through which there is no way. But you will get used to this as we go along, as I slay some green jello. Jello. Here I go running around wasting energy instead of gathering resources, because why not? If you look up into the left corner, you see we have plenty of it left. But of course, I run down. Despite the fact that furnace is cooking more iron, I just gather up more resources for future cooking, and now I keep running with bunch of stones in my pockets. Here we see that the mushrooms and berries have regrown, and we will most likely collect them on our way back. Here we are introduced to the Inquisitor. Guys, calm down, I live here! Such usual interaction in the Middle Ages especially. Okay, we're gonna follow the Inquisitor to a local event hosted by the church. The Inquisitor will ask us some highly personal questions as he does not know what boundaries are. This is Speed Dating 102, most likely, developed by the church. Thank God I don't spend a lot of time in it anyway. Haha. Welcome everyone to the first annual Burning Man Festival here in the village. Light up the fire and let it burn. I feel so special. We've been in this village for only a few days and we're already participating in the local events. However, if we will be cooking, I definitely promise you I will definitely make sure that my food will not burn down. Here we will be asked to become the Inquisitor's new friend as he doesn't trust a single dumbass living in the village, and do more tasks for him. So we're gonna agree, as we will require his assistance later on in the game to acquire some resources. As apparently we are the biggest dumbass in the village, and we agree. Here he tells us that he comes on a specific day and next week we're supposed to come here and see him. This is the exit from the game, the Grand Portal. Here you can see that there are actually 7 symbols on the gateway, while we have a week with only 6 days. So there's an additional symbol. As we will need to speak with the astronomer, I have decided to unlock the Skull Gathering perk, as the astronomer is freak and he will want an actual skull from us. I don't know, why does he need a human body part to look up at the sky, but who the hell knows. Anyway, let's gather up some more energy resources, some wild shrooms, because of course if you go on a festival you need to get high. Finally, we're gonna wash our hands. What a special occasion in this game. In order to gather the water which you need for cooking, you need to use the bucket. This will break down the ingredients. This also works for the milk and other liquids. Here I go for the shovel, as the rusty one has like 2% left of endurance and we definitely need to be able to gather up more resources. Another batch of mushrooms is growing in our bush, and I look like a total idiot running around. Okay, so we're gonna take the skull, since we're gonna need it for the quest, and we're gonna take out the blood and fat, hopefully, which will help us get 4 white skulls. This is for the start of the game, a pretty decent body to bury in the cemetery, as it will require very few little decorations to make it look nice and improve the overall quality, as we are still in the minus and we need to get +5 points to actually unlock the church. As you can see, in 2 days that should be done, as our boss will come to check on our progress. clearing out more bush will help us make it look better. What I'm trying to say is, trimming is important, so keep that in mind, everyone. Haha. In order to successfully pull out a body from a grave, we first need to take out all the decorations preventing us from exhuming the body, which is what I'm doing here, and take it to our meat factory. So let's see if we can improve the overall quality of this one. One of the advices I can give you while crafting anything and you're running out of energy, you can press the number for the highlighted food resource to regain energy while working on any process. Since this body is going down in the overall quality and I cannot remove the 2 sins, which are the 2 red skulls, we're gonna do the quest from the ghost which we received in the first episode. If you have not seen it, definitely go back. It's even worse editing than the second episode. Now we dump the body down and here we are confronted by the talking skull. When the game started, there was no crematorium. This was devastating, especially in the start of the game, as burying bodies and the burial certificate was your main source of income. So throwing the bodies into the river, which leads into the town, is definitely not beneficial for anyone. And since we are eco-friendly, we will go for the crematorium as soon as we have enough points to research the technology. And by this, I will conclude the second official episode of Not Your Professional Walkthroughs. My name is Max. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to see more in this century, definitely subscribe and leave me some comments to improve the overall quality of my videos. Thank you, and see you next time.